Greetings and salutations, everybody. This is your girl, Luna Love, and I am here with another BNS Productions. Listen, guys, this is a great and exciting stage play that is coming to Charlotte, North Carolina, September 13th through the 15th at the Parr Center. And this stage play is entitled CLYDE'S. And I get the amazing pleasure right now of sitting here with some of their cast members. And listen, guys, CLYDE'S, if y'all have not seen it, you guys have to get out to the Parr Center on September 13th to the 15th to see it, because CLYDE'S is a theater play written by Pulitzer Prize winner Lynn Nottage. All right, it is a feel-good comic drama about a formerly incarcerated kitchen staff at a truck stop. Not just a truck stop, but a sandwich truck stop called CLYDE'S. And it's an attempt to rebuild people's lives. All right. While the boss is tough as nails. All right. Her name is Clyde. She keeps them under her thumb and runs a tight ship. Each member takes a challenge of imagining and then creating the perfect sandwich. But it's not just about a sandwich, guys. It's not. It's a transcendent story about people rising above their mistakes and reconnecting with the world. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce this amazing cast. Right here on my right, we got Miss Dominica Ivy. And Miss Dominica Ivy, she plays the role of Clyde. All right, let me just give you a little backdrop. Clyde is a loud, hardcore, rough around the edges, tell it like it is black woman that runs or manages the truck stop. She is the boss that nobody wants to have, and is able to change the temperature of the room with her attitude and her presence, all right? She loves to expose her employees' vulnerabilities and humiliate them in front of others. Now, if you can work under Clyde, at this point in life, you can endure anything. Dominica, welcome. Now, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
How are you feeling about playing the role of Clyde?
Oh, I've been looking forward to it. I have so been looking forward to this. When I saw this opportunity come up, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to have this.
So you chose Clyde. Clyde didn't choose you.
I chose Clyde. Well, no. Actually, Clyde probably chose me.
Okay.
Because I had been praying for a role that really suited me, a role that I could really dig into, put my teeth into, and that I could express some, I'll put it this way. I'm a pretty reserved person. I'm a pretty reserved individual. I have my filter on. I'm always aware of my surroundings, so I'm always meticulous and particular about the way that I speak, the way that I carry myself, the way that I handle my business. What I love about Clyde pulls no punches.
At all.
Clyde has no filter and couldn't care less about what people think or what they say about her.
Now, while I was watching some of the play, I appreciate Rory for inviting me to do this opportunity, because it allowed me to dig into this play. So I was looking at Clyde's character, and I was like, Clyde is one of them women that you literally tremble when she walk into the room.
Yes, ma'am.
Because she always got something to say.
Yes, ma'am.
And it ain't pleasant.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So what do you feel like you did to get in to get in character for this play?
I'll give you a little background. Something that drew me to this role. I see a lot of similarities in Clyde with my mother.
Okay.
My mother was a very hard woman. She loved, but she was hard. And she emphasized us, speaking correct grammar, correcting us and things like that. But my mother could throw together a tapestry of profanity that would make a sailor blush.
Because that's all Clyde did. Listen, Clyde is a sailor. Like, she can cuss you out and wish you well, in the same sentence.
And my mother, she was like that. She you know, I love you, baby. Oh, you know, come give me some sugar. No, that moment, and just like that. And but what I've learned as I've gotten older, my mother's no longer with us, but as I've gotten older and matured, is a lot of that comes from deep insecurity. A lot of that brashness and boldness and you know, I mean, because my mom would walk into the room and I don't care who it was or what they were doing. When Cat came into the room,
Yeah.
she would just shut it down.
And the versatility that one has to play, because again, just a background, these are about incarcerated people who have
Absolutely.
been incarcerated.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there is a certain hardness.
Yes. Right.
You know, like you come from the jungle, like
That's
you
right.
literally have come from a place of being caged,
Yes.
told what to do, who
Right.
to be, how to be, and then you come out into a world that then tells you you can't be anything
Right.
because you got these,
Right.
you know. And Clyde is a woman, although she's hard, she still has a heart enough to give people an opportunity who wouldn't have an opportunity
Right.
elsewhere.
And not only that, Clyde also has vulnerabilities, which she does not like to express and does not like to be exposed. But if you listen and you pay attention and you watch
yeah.
and listen to the words and the movements and the way that she does things, you'll see those vulnerabilities.
Do you feel like everybody got a boss like Clyde somewhere
Somewhere.
in their life? You know,
Somewhere
and
in
boss
their
not
life.
just on a job, but you might have a boss, grandma, family member, friend.
Oh, yeah.
You feel like somebody got a Clyde in their life.
Everyone has met a Clyde at some point in time or another.
Right.
Yeah, and one thing about this cast, one thing about this play is that it is a gumbo of ethnicity.
Yes, it is.
And that's what I love about it. It is you got different people we got black, white, Latino, you know, in this play, and it just speaks so much from a volume standpoint, because this is not just one-sided here.
Right.
No.
Right.
You know, this
It is
ain't
not.
one-sided. Everybody's struggling.
Right.
Struggling.
Everybody.
Everybody's story is different. And
Everybody's
story is
struggling.
different.
Yes, everybody's story is different. So we got Clyde, you know, who is the manager of this truck stop sandwich shop type deal, right? And then we have Alessandro de Casares, Zulea. You know, y'all practiced this so good.
Serio, man.
Yes, he plays Rafael.
Yeah.
And Rafael is a formerly incarcerated Latino man in his mid-late 20s that is a hopeless romantic and is in love with another cast member named Letitia. Now, Letitia. Now, Rafael is funny, charming, playful, but he is terrified of his boss, Clyde.
Damn right. Damn right. Damn right.
And you know, like Alessandro, I'm looking at you, and I just read the description of the character, right?
Yeah.
But you look it like adorable.
Serio.
So tell me, how did you get prepared for the role of Rafael?
I'll be honest to you. I sort of kind of based myself off of a quote that Willem Dafoe said. And he said, I don't really act. I just let wild the beast that I have in me. And so I think acting is really just the basis of all that, you know, is we sort of have to transmutate, we could say,
Yeah.
or transform that inner self that we have to fit the description of somebody else, you know. So in my stance, I'd say the main thing that I do to prepare is just I would rather do more and get told, hey, bring it down, as opposed to doing less and then having to get pushed there, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think that is one of the other things about acting too is I think that being able to sort of push yourself, you know, into a role is much more important than preparing, you know? It's like I read this book from Anthony Horowitz when I was a kid, and I never forgot it. He said, a psychological fact of humans is that when we're gonna go inside a pool for the first time, you know, and we go in one step at a time, we end up getting colder. But if you just jump in, and you know, you forget about it. You know, it's only 2 seconds, and I think it's the same thing with acting. You know, you sort of just have to jump into it, and then, you know, figure out from there. I think another thing also that's really helped me a lot, which, you know, Dominica actually told me about, was watching, you know, a certain play and then thinking about it and what can I add, what doesn't work for me, and what I could benefit from in combining two into one.
Yeah.
So those are my two main ones that I use to prepare.
Now, of the characteristics of Raphael,
Yeah.
funny, charming, romantic, playful, which one do you connect with the most? And you only got to pick one, because I got my pick already. I'm going to let you say yours, but I got my pick already. So which one do you feel like you kind of connect with the most?
I'd say, I want to say devilishly charming. I want to say that. But I think I connect to him more so on a hopeless romantic level. The reason being is because before I actually got into this play, I was in a relationship with a girl that I truly believe, for as little as time as we were, I think I did, fall in quote unquote love. Because of love.
I love it.
But sometimes in life you got to make certain choices.
Right.
And those choices are tough ones, but eventually, once you make one tough choice, the next tough choice becomes easier.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I really connect to Raphael in that sense, because he wants Tish. But he knows in himself that Tish is, I guess we could say, how Jada Smith said, an entanglement.
That's a good one.
Connected to somebody else, because of a child. And so, Raphael tries to find a way to tell her, hey, listen, I'm right here. Like, let me be that guy, because he's not doing nothing for you.
Yeah.
And so I feel, especially in the romantic level, I connect with Raphael more.
I could see that. I was going with romantic first, and then charming. Because I'm gonna be honest, the only thing you got to do for most women sometimes is that smile and them dimples. That's it.
Yes.
And just from a cultural background, the Latino culture is filled with so much of that passion. It's very handsy. It's very, I want to connect with you. And I think that exudes through your personality as well too. So, kudos to you for connecting to the role in the ways that you did. Now, I would ask this: how would you say playing the role of Raphael has helped you personally?
Well, for starters, after the breakup, I remember I was in my room. I just got off of work. And as I was in there, I just sat down on my bed and I was like, man, what am I doing with my life? I mean, there's things that I want to accomplish in my life. There's things that I want to do. And, I remember I was watching, I think it was, I think Waterworld from Kevin Costner. And I was basically seeing how, the movie is playing out, and how, the mariner, even though, he's been at sea alone, farther than men can dream of, he comes across a woman, and it shows his personality, that he's not really just, a man surviving, but he has, those emotions, that make life worth living.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, man, like, I want to be an actor, and I don't mind in action movies, dramas, but I really want to be, on somewhere, and being able to, romanticize a woman, and be cute, and all these things.
Come on, Casanova.
I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it's just like, I thought to myself that, and 2 weeks later, an old theater teacher of mine called me. She said, hey, listen, they're actually looking for a Latino-based actor. Do you still do acting? I was like, hell yeah, definitely. Let's do it. And, eventually I met Dee. And the first day, I remember I told my theater teacher and the director, first day I met Clyde, Tish, just the whole cast, I was shitting bricks. I was scared. Scared, because I'm like, it's a new experience for me. But, growth demands being uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
And once delve into that, same thing, with showering with cold water. First 5 seconds you don't like it, the other 2-3 minutes that you're in there, it's like a breeze.
The first day I met him, the first night that I met him, and we were doing lines, I knew he was the one. I knew
You
he was
making
the
me sound like I'm Neo from the Matrix.
I did.
I
though.
love
did.
it.
I knew he was the one.
Yeah, I see just from us sitting here, you know,
Yeah.
one thing about even you just mentioned Dominica reading your lines, like there's a connection even in that, and the symmetry and the energy that's created within defining those roles,
Right.
you know, because
Right.
you guys are pushing one another to be
Right.
the best versions of
Absolutely.
yourselves
Right.
in this
Absolutely.
play
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're bringing each other out,
Exactly.
right? The
Yeah.
harder you go, the harder I go.
That's right.
And then the more we're connected, the more our audience is
Exactly.
connected to us as well
Exactly.
too. And you know, one thing about Raphael, his relationship is in this play is with Letitia.
Yeah.
Letitia, right?
Tish.
Letitia.
Uh-huh.
And Letitia is a black mother
Okay.
that was recently released from prison and is trying to rebuild her life.
Yes.
She takes her job serious because she needs to take care of her daughter, which has health issues. All right. Now, as hard as she's seen, Letitia still has a romantic side to her and is working towards being more mindful as well too. So, played by Letitia, we have the beautiful Miss Toy Akila RJ. I know she is a veteran with BNS Productions. Toy, how did you prepare for the role?
So it was definitely a lot of character development, but also taking from personal experience as well. Like you just specified, just the connection of being a mother, a black mother. I have a daughter. She doesn't have any type of medical condition, but just the fact of just thinking about what if I did have a child that had a
Yeah.
medical condition like that, you know, how would I respond as a mother? What would I do? What would be my survival tactics to be able to provide for my family? And just like deep diving in that, and
Yeah.
just like I said, just taking from experiences, looking into Tish, diving into Tish, creating her background, because a lot of these characters, like, they didn't come with a lot. So we kind of had to build the
Yes.
character, you know, and work with what we had to create that. And that's how we bring her to life.
Now, one thing about Tish is borderline high strung to me.
Okay, yes.
Cause Tish ain't trying to lose her job.
She ain't
Right.
trying to lose her job.
Tish
She's
try-
not trying to lose anything that she's
Yes.
worked for since she's been out. And probably, you know, prior to when she was incarcerated, you know. So trying to rebuild that, keep what she has, and trying to gain more. So that's a struggle in itself.
It
you know?
is.
And that's everybody. I think everybody's on that same.
I was
same
literally
plane.
about to
So,
say it
yeah.
sounds like the story of survival.
Absolutely.
You know, and giving everybody's perspective, like Letitia she hard working. She gonna be at work on time. Like
You know, when she can.
when she can.
Ish.
Ish, you know what I'm saying? Like
Time-ish.
she gonna but one thing she does is she builds connections with the people within the sandwich shop, right? Everybody
her
got her
family.
back. It's her family.
family.
Right? And because she is who she is, it seems like Tish has been taken under the wing of the people that are her coworkers, you know? And so for you, Toy, being in that role where you're seemingly, because Tish is what, the youngest person?
Tish, she's 30.
She's 30. I mean, just from a play standpoint, she's in there and she's like, I'm fresh out of prison right now. Like, I'm with these hardcore gangster people around me, but I have to show my own. I have to pull my weight. From a romantic standpoint, how do you and Raphael, like, how does this tension go between the two of you, and how are you navigating your, what you call it? Lissandro?
Okay.
Entanglement.
So Tish is kind of straddling the fence. She has an ex, a baby daddy, and trying to figure out where she belongs in the love thing. I feel like Tish also has an issue with letting go of things that no longer serve her. So she can't move forward until she lets go of the past stuff. It would be beneficial for her, for her child, and just for her overall well-being, you know? And I believe that Raphael is trying to show her that, like, he wants to give her that, but Tish might be a little skeptical because, you know, she's probably dealt with this plenty of times with
Yeah.
different men, and she just wants to be loved unconditionally, but she wants it to be true and authentic. And she hasn't found that yet. So she's scared to step out.
Yeah.
She's scared to, you know,
and
to give it a chance.
And if I may add to that too, I think that Tish also thinks on the fact that, well, if this has happened to me with people that were non-criminals, quote unquote, what can I expect, you know, from another person that's actually
Why would it be
been,
different from me?
You know, why would
Yeah.
it be different? So, you know, I don't want to, you know, but I think in regards to that, Tish makes a very great, or Toy makes a very great point in that being, you know, how many dudes has she actually have to deal with, you know, and then to have somebody else, you know, push and push and push, you know, I think that Tish has every right to be skeptical about it, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think, if anything, actually, instead of hindering Raphael, just pushes him more, you know, to the chase.
Yeah.
It's an
Love that
attraction.
chase.
It is an attraction because it's not easy.
Right.
So yeah, so it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Now, the one thing about the play that I admire is that the setup and the analogy of it all, right? Clyde's is a truck stop, sandwich shop, incarcerated people working there, second chances, right? But it's not just about the sandwich.
It's not.
It is not just about the sandwich. It's about recreating your life. So what do you guys feel, and I'm going to go to you guys individually, what do you guys feel is you took away from the message and the moral of this play as individuals? Because again, it's not just a sandwich.
It's not.
So Dominica, for you, it's not just a sandwich. What is it for you?
Well, Clyde likes to be in control. This sandwich shop, this truck stop, is really her own possession. And the sandwiches are metaphors. Because if you think about a sandwich, it's layers. And you have to build in order to make it a sandwich. So if you get the symbolism in that, and this woman trying to hold on to this shop and also the people who are around her, which she also sees as possessions.
Yeah.
She and this the building of these sandwiches, these layers upon layers. So it's intriguing if you really pay attention to how everything goes down.
Yeah. Yeah. Toy, what about you? It's not just a sandwich.
It's not just about
It's
a
not just
sandwich
about a
at
sandwich. What is it for you?
Again, just kind of piggybacking off of Clyde, the layers. And sometimes that requires you to peel back the layers. You got to, you know, start again. You have to, you know, reinvent yourself. And it's okay to reinvent yourself as many times as you need to.
Yeah.
My name, I also call myself Phoenix. So the Phoenix reinvents itself.
Yeah.
You know, it burns up and then it reinvents itself and comes back stronger and greater and more beautiful than
Yeah.
it was before. So I feel like that the sandwich kind of represents that, reinventing yourself. You know, sometimes you have to start over. You know, you've put too much, you know, too much anger in this. It's too much, you know, chaos in this.
Gotta get that balance.
Got to get that balance. You got to get that balance. So yeah, balance and adaptation and recreating. Yeah.
Lisandro.
Dime, ¿qué pasó?
Talk to me nice. All right. It's not about the sandwich, all right?
Yeah.
What is it about for you?
Well, just to go back to what Clyde said, I think when Clyde says she likes to be in control, it makes sense, you know, because Raphael thinks she's a licensed dominatrix. So
She
you know,
does.
that makes sense. And you know, in regards to what Tish says, or you know, I think it also does have something to do with, you know, reinventing, you know. And I think personally for Raphael, it's not just about a sandwich, because Raphael sees you know, the head chef as sort of a father figure, as sort of a leader, you know, somebody who can lift their spirits up, almost as if it were to be like, you know,
Almost like a spiritual guide.
almost like a spiritual
Yeah.
guide. Yeah, you know, you have, you know, your your polar opposite, which is Clyde, the devil, and then you have, and then you have, Montrellis, which is, your spiritual God, your Jesus, or Buddha, or things of the sorts. And, Raphael sort of sees making sandwiches almost as the same as how Montrellis sees it, strength, freedom, but he still, holds back to trying to use the physical to conquer Tish. He tries to use sandwiches as a weapon to sort of make her notice him more. And so I think his story arc, in a sense, is sort of to show people, hey, listen, it's okay to fall back down. It's okay to make a mistake. It doesn't matter if it's only been 5 days or if it's only been 5 years or 20 years. It's okay to fall down,
Absolutely.
But the important thing is to surround yourself primarily from people for people who care about you, and to also have in mind that you want to get somewhere. You want to leave whatever you're struggling with behind and come back stronger the next time.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I need for you to stop what you're doing right now. Go ahead and get those tickets September 13th through the 15th at the Par Center. BNS Production presents Clyde. All right, y'all get on down to that truck stop and get your life right. All right, get on down to that and watch
some sandwiches.
Get you some sandwiches. Now, my last question before we wrap all of this up to each and every one of you: Dukes or Miracle Whip?
For me, it's Miracle Whip.
Okay, I'm not even gonna bash.
Well,
you.
I'm from the north, so we didn't do Dukes.
Okay, all right, we got Miracle Whip. What you got, Toy?
Miracle Whip.
Miracle
Philly.
Whip. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, we got Miracle Whip for 2.
I'm gonna go with the unpopular vote, Dukes.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we got a draw. All right, 2 for 2. We got, cause Luna love going with Dukes all day long. All right, I'm Southern bred and raised. All right, cornbread fed.
Well, let me ask you: is Dukes a mayonnaise or is it a what do you call that? Not mayonnaise, but
I don't know. That label say mayonnaise.
It says mayonnaise.
Oh,
Yes.
then for me,
So
for me, it's a Hellman's.
Well,
Hellman's.
for mayonnaise.
No,
For
I'm
mayonnaise.
sorry.
Yeah, Miracle
okay.
Whip is
It's more like a dressing.
That's a dressing.
Yeah, that's a dressing.
Okay, all right.
But we
So-
do use that. That is a more thing,
Hellman's,
though.
yes.
But,
Okay.
Yeah, but help, yes.
All right, listen, no matter how you gonna lace your sandwich, make sure you lace your shoes up and get on down to the Par Center.
Hey, get down there.
Do that.
See you in the
Come watch this
building.
place.
Do it.
Clyde.
Peace and salutations to everybody out there. Again, my name is Luna Love, and this has been a great honor and a great opportunity to introduce these amazing people for this amazing cast. Salute to you all.